Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Sky Factory 3. Just right off the bat, I want to mention that the mod pack itself does have updates. I'm still playing on the 3.0.1 version of the mod pack, but basically every time I load up the game, it's like, hey, there's outdated mods, and it wants me to go and update stuff. But if I do that, I have to move my save file over to the new instance of the mod pack and all this other kind of stuff. And previously I've done that and lost items and blocks and things. So yeah, I'm just going to stick to 3.0.1. But if you guys are playing along or want to start playing along, there's a newer version. I don't know what it goes up to right now, what the newest version is, but 3.0.1 is outdated and probably has been for several days to a week or longer by now. But anyway, today I wanted to take care of some mining, like massive amounts of mining, and we're going to go do that in the Beneath, and I want to send all the stuff that I mine back here to my storage system. So I can do that with this ender pouch that I made forever ago, but while I'm in the Beneath, this chunk's not loaded, so I went ahead and made a chunk loader. Let me get you guys up the recipe here. This is from the Chicken Chunks mod. It just takes an ender pearl, some gold ingots, and an enchanting table. If I can get my mouse pointed in the right spot here. I have a puppy nudging me in the arm. Anyway, but this loads, I'm pretty sure, this chunk that it's in, the actual chunk border is right here on this line. So there's a new chunk that way, and then the other ones are, a little bit further away than this. Probably about where that dirt is there. But this thing will load the chunk that it's in, as well as one in each direction, like in a big 3x3 square. And you can modify the amount whenever you right click on it. You can say, I only want this one chunk loaded. I want the 3x3, so 9 chunks loaded. You can change the shape. You can say, 2 radius makes 5 chunks in a circle, so that's only the ones directly adjacent to this one in the center, not the corner ones. And you can go up to 12 radius. On a line, you can do 20. Line Z, 21, 22. I guess it keeps going. Anyway, let's run this all back down. I only really want a radius 2 in a square. That is probably more than enough, because I only really want this loaded right here. It's all in this one chunk. But just in case there's other things going on that need to happen, then that'll keep it going too. So, in the Beneath, there is tons and tons and tons of stone. So I figured, you know what, we can go in there and get a whole bunch of stuff and come back. But sending the things through, it doesn't actually pull them through because the chunk's not loaded. So that's going to fix this. The other problem is going to be my pickaxe breaking. So how do we fix that? Well, if I take a power cell with me and then just stick it down on the ground next to the item repairer will get power from the power cell, because the cell that is being given power is in a loaded chunk, and it will transmit the power to me. There might be like a heavy tax on it or something for being in a different dimension and being, who knows how far away technically. So we're going to find out. But if my pick breaks, I can always just come back and repair it. But I might not have to. So we're going to start, let's see, simple power cell. Oh, I need to make a machine frame first. And then simple power cell. And I actually want to go up one higher than that to the regular power cell. I've been upgrading all of the ones around the base to the medium tier. This one here, the one that's at the farming station setup, the one powering the Empowerer here was the first one I did. And basically anywhere else I need to take power, I'm going to start using these medium ones. And I don't have a need to go higher than that yet, but maybe at a later date. So we're going to take this power cell. I also need the card so that it links to the whole power network that we have here. So we need to craft one of those. I'm going to put this down. Make sure it has the right ID. Like so. And that will stay in there with the correct ID while I'm carrying it around. Alright, now let me turn my item magnet on so I don't accidentally drop this. There we go. And I guess I can turn that back off real quick so I don't start pulling stuff out of the mob spawner. Alright, so we're going to mine a bunch of stuff. Throw it in this bag. The bag will send it to here, which will be exported from here into there. And then the storage system is going to get really full of cobblestone. But to also fix that problem, so we don't have like a billion cobblestone laying around. Oh, 1 second. Alright, so we don't have like a billion cobblestone laying around. We are going to make a, let's see if I can find it. Where is this thing? It's like the new version of the deep storage unit. Here we go, quantum storage unit. So we're going to craft one of these. And I'm not sure how much stuff this thing holds, but it holds a lot of stuff. The recipe for that is 4 obsidian chests, a machine chassis, some iron, and ender pearls. The obsidian chests are the upgraded diamond chest, which is an upgraded gold or silver chest, which are upgraded iron, you know, etc., all the way back down the line. So they're not super cheap at the beginning of the game. You have to actually have some obsidian and diamonds and gold and yada yada yada. So this thing is where all our cobblestone is going to go out of the storage system here. To accomplish that, I'm going to put this down right here. And then we're going to have to get an exporter with a filter. Let's see, exporter. So this thing is kind of like the opposite of the importer that we have attached here and there. These take whatever they're attached to and pull items out into the system. So they import items into the system from whatever they're connected to. The exporter does the opposite. It has like the same little inventory thing here. You give it an item and it exports from your system into a connected inventory whatever item you give it. So we're going to grab 1 cobblestone, which I'm pretty sure there's one in the system, but let me come up here and get like a stack. Let's see, this thing finish? Yeah. And we're going to say hook that right there, and then I also need some cable. Got a couple right there. Really just need 1. You can attach this to your system any way that you want, as long as it's touching with a cable somewhere. And I think it does nothing until it gets an item. So let's give it a cobblestone. Yeah, so there it goes. It's exporting cobblestone into this quantum storage unit. And this should... I guess it's not going to. It's supposed to, whenever you mouse over it in the Wayla at the top there, the tooltip thing, it's supposed to tell you how many of what is in the quantum storage unit. Oh, after it goes over a stack, then it starts telling you. Okay. I made one of these several days ago, actually. It's over here. When I was emptying out all that extra lava that we had stored up back there, I was making obsidian out of it here, and I got like almost 1,400 obsidian. So that's the reason I made one of these originally. So they hold at least that much. I'm not sure if it's an exact number that they hold, if it's the integer limit worth of items that they hold, or if it's like an X number of stacks worth of items that it holds. Not quite sure. Anyway, also you may notice this is rather slow. Well, let's fix that. Let's say make 4 crafting or 4 speed upgrades. We're out of gold ingots, really? I think I compacted them all down into blocks. So let's uncompact a few. I'm on the wrong terminal here. Yeah, I've only got 2 in there. Alright, let's uncompact a few of these. And then do it. I kind of wish the solderer was faster. I could really use, you know, like maybe a second one and split recipes between the two of them would be better. Would be multi-threading. Then I could have 2 at maximum speed doing 2 separate things at the same time. I found out though, if you give 2 solderers the exact same recipes, like if I copy this crafter unit here, this little setup, if I copy this and make a duplicate of it somewhere else on the system basically picks one of them to prioritize and ignores the other one completely because one has all the recipes. It assigns them all to the same solderer unit. So I'd have to make a second one and then take half the recipes out of here and put it in the other one. Even if you prioritize with, like, there's numbers somewhere that you can prioritize these, I think. I seem to remember that I did that before, and it still always put it in the same one no matter what. If they're the same priority, it picks one, probably the one closer to the controller. If they're equidistant from the controller, it picks one at random, seemingly. And if you prioritize one over another, it always picks that one no matter what and ignores the second one. So, anyway, but this mod, as far as I know, is not completed. It still has additions and updates coming to it. There we go, that's quite a bit faster. I wonder how much cobblestone I already had in the system. We can actually sit here. Oh, there's like 6,000 in there. Yeah. We can actually sit here and watch our storage system empty out. But we don't need to do that. Let's help this out a little bit. Pull a few stacks myself. Okay, that's gonna empty out a lot of space in here already. Oh, speaking of emptying out space, that reminds me. In my Hermit Pack series, I had kind of the exact same setup here into a storage drawer, I think it was, or you know, something similar to this, a massive storage unit that was holding solidified experience. And I mentioned probably a couple episodes ago that I was going to make the experience solidifier now that we had that set up over there. Turns out that thing is disabled. The experience solidifier has no recipe. So yeah, you can't even make that in this mod pack. So I was kind of bummed out about that. I really wanted to make one of those to use instead of the tank full of experience liquid over there. Oh well. Guess we'll just have to play with the items that we are dealt. Alright. We're at like almost 7,000 in there. And empty. Alright, that's all the cobblestone. 6,987. Alright, so now let's take all of our stuff and go see if this even works. I haven't tested it, but theoretically this should all work. Oh, I added a few buffs to my Wyvern armor here. So they all have soulbound, all 4 pieces. I added Thorns 3 to the chest plate and the leggings because the armor actually does not have durability. It's infinite durability, it just runs on a RF charge. So if anything actually attacks me, it's going to take damage back. I tried to kill the Grue with that. Doesn't work. The Grue is immortal, apparently. You know, I was just kind of messing around, seeing if there was a way to actually damage it. And it turns out there's an item here that's a soul vial with a Grue in it. So I took my soul vial that I made forever ago and went and tried to collect a Grue, and you can't. He can't be clicked on either with the soul vial, so that's kind of like a misleading item there. Also, there are multiple Grues. There's more than one, because I've had 3 at a time try to kill me. Alright, well, as you can see, this is where the 7,000 some odd cobble came from already. What I want to do, actually, I should probably just mine straight back down to the bedrock layer. And kind of hang around the bedrock layer because mobs don't spawn there. And I think the Grue, whenever it teleports to you like this, counts as a mob spawn. I think, maybe. So I want to see if, does this work first off? Yes, it does. That chunk is still loaded. So test 1 completed. I wanted to see if we're on bedrock, does the Grue still teleport to us? And we're going to find out. It's not that much farther down, actually. Yeah, there we go. Turn my item magnet on. Losing all this precious cobblestone. Taking damage from being hungry. Alright, well there is a mega torch right there, so there won't be any spawns here already in a pretty good radius. I kind of wish the bedrock here was flat because it makes it easier to mine around on it. You don't have to worry about all these little dips and stuff. How's my pick doing? Oh, I changed out a lot of my tools also. Let's see. Let's give you guys an update here. So the cleaver still has the Manualin blade on it. I switched out the wooden tough rod with a silver tough rod to give it the holy modifier, so it has a little bit of extra damage versus undead and like the wither and stuff like that. The steel large plate is still there for that sharp bleeding effect, and the other tough rod I made copper, or yeah, I had one that was wood and one that was copper, and then I switched the wooden one for silver. I guess that's the way it did it. Anyway, so that is up to 26 damage. I added a whole bunch of quartz and stuff to it. I can't see that on here though. It's just right there on that list. So it has holy added to it, and sharpest, which is the highest quartz level of damage. So 26.18. The pickaxe now. Let's see here. Still cobalt on the head, still copper on the tool rod instead of the binding. So it's still got copper somewhere mixed in. But the binding I switched to Ardite for more durability, and it got this Petramore modifier, which while you're mining stone or cobblestone, it will gain durability randomly. Like occasionally it will gain a little bit of durability back whenever you mine stone or cobblestone because it's supposed to like eat it or something. As far as I can tell, it doesn't actually delete the item when you mine it. It still gives it to you, but it gains durability when you mine stone, which made it perfect for this little project here. And basically all I'm doing is leveling up my pickaxe a whole lot. My hatchet got a similar treatment. Copper on the tool rod instead of the binding, and then ardite on the binding, just for more durability. So yeah. So now it has almost 2,500 durability instead of like 1,000 or something. Anyway, that's the update on the tools. How is this doing? That is totally clear. Let's go, I guess, north, yeah? Where's my beacon thing? Right there. My map marker waypoint. Oh, would help if I actually use the vein miner button. I wish there was a potion ring for saturation, so I didn't have to keep eating. I could probably make a baconator, something like that. Just give it a whole bunch of beef or something. Jerky, pork. I mean, I have like no shortage of food, so I could just make something from the Baconators mod and load it full and then come in here and do this. Make it quite a bit faster. Alright, I want to get rid of these little bits of ore that are around because the grue will spawn on those, as well as skeletons and players, those like player mobs and things like that. Okay, it did the darkness animation, but the grue is not here. Okay, so he is actually, that counts as a mob spawn, I guess. Let's continue. Oh, there he is. He must have jumped off from somewhere. Maybe? He disappeared again. Let's continue. This is also really good for experience because of the copper in my pick. Yeah, he's on me. He might have spawned there on that ore block. I can drop him off in the void here somewhere. Like right back over here. Yeah, come get me. Oh, he despawned because of the light. Alright, let's get rid of that so he doesn't have a spawnable location. Yeah. Nope, let's see, does he show up? Okay, well, never mind. That disproves that. He can spawn on bedrock. Well, that's annoying. How's the pick doing? Needs a repair. It's like 2,200 damage in already. Alright, I guess I can do this little setup right here. Kind of curious to see how much power this thing drains. Output cost 1.6%. Really? That's it? It's only a 1.6% tax? Huh. Okay, that's like almost nothing. I figured for being in a different dimension it would be really high. I was expecting at least 10%. I've never taken one of these to a different dimension and tried to use it before, so yeah, that's a first. Alright. So now I need a way to speed up tick rate so that the item repair doesn't take a million years to repair my pickaxe. If anybody knows a way in this mod pack to increase tick rate for machinery, because there's no torturinos, and What was the other thing? That imaginary time block? I actually didn't search for that. Okay, just like show me all the items. Is there an imaginary time block? Mob filter, inverted mob filter, animal net, ultimate furnace, biome scanner. Nope. Okay. What if we search for tick? Sticky piston, carrot on a stick. Basically everything that has the word stick in it. Oh, the chicken stick is craftable. I never made one of those. Oh yeah, the acceleration wand. Ah, well, you know what? I'm gonna have to go make me an acceleration wand. And then, like, spam click on the item repair. So if you guys don't know the acceleration wand, it has different modes. You can tell it to go either a little bit of ticks ahead, a few, or a lot. Like 1 tick, let's just say like 1, 3, and 5, right? And then you right click on a block to speed up the ticks for that block. Usage in a machine has been disabled in config, so you can't put it in an auto clicker like a player. What's the name of that thing that simulates player right clicking? Autonomous activator. So you can't put it in an autonomous activator or something like that to have it click the wand for you. Well, that's fine. I'm going to go and do that. Well, this apparently all was a successful test, except for the grue still spawns on bedrock, so I'll have to deal with that. But otherwise, everything else I'm doing here was successful. We can send back these like tons and tons of cobblestone, repair our pick, get all kinds of experience from mining, and collect all this stuff. Just still, the grue is the most annoying thing ever in here. Oh well. I guess I'll go and do that and let my pick take like 10 years to repair here. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks everybody that came by to watch. Leave a like if you're enjoying the series. Leave me some comments and things. I know there was like some questions people had asked, and it took me a little while to get back to them because I was out yesterday. But yeah, I'll get back to them as soon as I see them. I will reply to the comments when I see them. But yeah, thanks for the comments and stuff. Anyway, yeah, again, thanks for coming by and watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.